Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Well-Hatted Cinema Club. As always, I'm Eric today, joined by my incredibly handsome co-hosts over here. Give it up for Mike and Brian. Look at these guys.
Woo!
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
bring it
just
up.
lagged a little bit, but
Bring up.
we're gonna push through. What'd you say?
No, I said, yeah, let's get it. Let's get it.
He's lagging a little bit. That's all right. We'll be okay.
Yeah, we're
Just
gonna
a
get
little.
through it, guys. Episode 12, we're coming in hot here. We got another good episode for you guys. As always, we're going to run through some movie news roundup. Then we're going to talk about our movie of the week, Friendship, which I picked. And, it's like friends. Like, look at us. We're going to be talking about friendship. It's great.
Yeah.
And then if we have
Not that
time, we're
kind.
going to go through a little box office game that I put together. So hopefully we can get to that. If not, you'll see it next week. But as always, we're going to kick it around the horn here, talk about what we've been watching. So I'll kick it over to you, Micah. What have you been watching this week?
I don't remember. I don't know. I'm moving. I don't know. Why'd you go to me
Got
first
nothing?
all the time?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah,
You want me to
Brian.
go?
Yeah.
So after a slow start to the month, I've actually watched 3 movies in the last 24 hours,
You're finally taking advantage of your position.
with including the one that we
His
haven't watched
unemployed
yet.
position.
Yeah. Hey, I'm technically employed. It just doesn't start till June 20th.
You should be averaging 3 a day, Brian. But
Okay, I'll get those numbers.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I did rewatch like a little bit. I went on a run. Right before this, I watched Lilo and Stitch because it's like an hour 15 minutes. That movie's like flat. I watched the original.
the first. Oh, okay.
Yeah, not that one. Just I'm not gonna get into that one. That was just like a nice little touch. But what I did watch last night was a movie that I love that not a lot of people do is Guy Ritchie's 2017 King Arthur and the Legend of the Sword.
You are
Don't like
alone
that
on that one.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like that movie, and I get why. It's
Is
one
it
of those
the
ones I'm
elephant?
not gonna. It's not the elephant. That's only in the beginning. No, I'm not gonna defend this movie to the sense where I'm like, what? How can you not like it? It's just a movie that I just like Guy Ritchie's style of the way he writes and directs. It's fun. It is very much like ye old Guy Ritchie. He's like, what if the fucking King Arthur and the Knights of Camelot were just a British fucking roadman,
Yeah.
like they, um. But I think it was interesting. I just think the only thing I want to highlight on that, besides like I liked it, is Daniel Pemberton, who you probably know better from Spider-Verse. His score for that movie is unbelievable. It's been in like my score playlist for like the last decade,
Hmm.
and I think it's worth checking out. If nothing else, just for the music. But yeah, I mean, listen. At the end of it, me and my roommate watching. I'm like, that 4 stars. I liked it.
There you go.
But yeah, Micah, do you want to go next? Should I pass it to Ricky?
Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah.
He did the same thing last week. No, I mean I don't have too much to share this week. It was a busy week. I finished Creed. It took me a little while, but that was a movie
I
I've
saw
been
that.
sitting on. Yeah, I actually put in like all of my movies from the last basically week. I uploaded them all at Letterboxd at the
Yeah,
same time.
nice.
I get behind. But yeah, I finished out Creed. I actually finished it with David before we watched this latest episode
Nice.
of The Last of Us, and really enjoy that movie, man. I mean, I had gone up to the last training montage, and then the final fighting sequence, and I mean, even like I kind of want to just keep rolling to the next two and just look at the different styles between. I forget who directs the second Creed, but even
I
obviously
don't
Michael
remember
B.
his
Jordan
name
in the
either.
third. Yeah.
I don't
Uh,
remember his name, Eric. I'm sorry. I can pull him up, but you keep talking. I'll pull him up.
no, yeah.
You got it.
But
Good.
it's just that last fighting sequence against Pretty Ricky Conlon is just so well done by. And I was just thinking to myself, like, obviously, Coogler had come right off of Fruitville Station with Michael B. Jordan, but it's kind of a miracle that this movie Creed got made, and like everything coming together
Mm.
between Ludwig. I mean, you're with um, bringing in obviously Sylvester Stallone back, but getting like an upcoming star in Tessa Thompson, getting Michael B. Jordan, kind of perfectly casting everyone. Great score, great story that you add a lot, and obviously like Rocky's story in the movie is just almost got Sylvester Stallone Oscar win. So it's just one of those. I have a great time with this movie.
Yeah. Does he die in the
David,
second one alone?
no, he's still alive.
Does he pass? No.
You just got
Okay.
cancer.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's what it
gets
was. I couldn't
cancer in
remember.
this one. He
Yeah.
retires to like reconnect with his son in the second one. That's Rocky's big journey.
Got it.
I think that's what you should do. You know, if you get cancer, just retire. Go connect with your son. He might need some guidance.
Micah, before I pass it off to you,
yeah.
This director, Stephen Caple Jr., did Creed 2.
Okay.
The only other non-television movie that I recognize from him, and he only has a couple, is Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. He did a lot of TV like Grownish, and then he did a movie called The Land in 2016. I haven't heard of it, but
is it a documentary? The Land?
No. It doesn't appear. 4 teenage boys in Cleveland, Ohio, pursue dreams of professional skateboarding.
Oh, maybe that sounds. I don't know.
It was
I like skate movies.
Received.
It was all right.
I will say I'll probably watch the second one, but if nothing else, one more thing before you go, Micah. Creed 2, I will say, has the best walkouts out of any of the movies, in my opinion.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But anyway, Micah, kick it over to you. What do you got?
No, you're right. I remember.
This is we're gonna start calling this Micah's Well-Hatted Cinema Movie Club because your boy's been reading.
Yeah.
I've just decided this is how I'm going to find out what I read next. So I've started reading 2 books. One I actually get to read and then one I listen to when I'm at work. So we're going to talk about this later, but the one I'm listening to is Young Stalin. And I got to say, man, pre all the killing all the people, before he was in power, kind of the coolest guy ever.
Was he hot?
No, dude, he was like James Bond meets like a lit genius, and then like he was a wedding singer and like impregnated half of Eastern Europe and got exiled. I mean, twice. He was living life. He was gonna be a priest at one point. He was in seminary school. Like he was doing just anything and everything.
Just doing side quests.
Literally, yeah. But also he was like a spy doing heists. I mean, it should be interesting. I think, as a movie. I don't know how you're gonna fit it all in. And then I've been reading New Millennium Boys, which is gonna be, I forgot, I saw that it was getting adapted, but it's just a book. It's you'll like this, Brian, kind of like Ready Player One level references to like the year 1999. Mostly like music. So like there's a playlist on Spotify that goes with the book, with all the music that gets mentioned. So I've been listening to all sorts of just finding new music and shit. It's cool. It kind of reads like a Richard Linklater kind of like.
Okay, that's cool.
Young people hanging out, doing drugs, just a real vibe of a book.
I was about to say you read and enjoy Ready Player One in 2017, and they never let you live it down. For 2018.
I can't believe you enjoy reading the encyclopedia.
of pop culture, yeah. Listen, it was a beach read, bro. What am I gonna say? I don't know.
At that point, I'm going swimming. I'd be like, "Sharks, take me!" I'm chumming the water and jumping in.
Take the first. That's funny.
All right. Now we get to transition to a segment of the Well-Hatted Narnia Pod.
Yeah.
We got some Narnia news.
The Well-Hatted Narnia Pod. The Well Narnia Pod.
Yes.
Who is Diggory?
That's the nephew.
Oh.
You're the one with all the books. You were just flexing on us.
I didn't read.
Wait.
This is the first.
Wait. It's the first. This is the first book.
Well, I think they might be comboing them, which would be interesting because they don't meet.
Yeah.
I only really read the Paventi ones, and I was also a child, so I don't know.
Oh, the way you were showing them off.
I just had the book, and you know what's funny? I think I ripped the cover when I did that bit. Yeah, I did. So that book's.
Now you got a naked book you're not reading. You monster.
So it's definitely you're saying because they've obviously cast like the White Witch and some of the and the Paventi kids are going to be involved, or do we not know that yet?
Oh wait, Diggory. Let me double check who the fuck Diggory is before I look like a fucking idiot. But keep talking, Ryan.
No, I'm just saying. Like I feel like we have Aslan, we have the White Witch. I didn't know. I thought that The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe was one of the books that's for sure being made. But we say earlier there was like 8 of these things. So
yeah, there are 8 of these joints. So, but Carey Mulligan, that's a hell of a casting.
I agree. I think she's great. I don't really know much about Diggory's mom, but she's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm learning more about Diggory's mom.
Hold on.
You got it.
Hold on. All right. So I was right. So this is a twofold thing. So Diggory is the nephew from the magician's nephew, who does the lamppost, all that shit, the wardrobe. That's him when he's a kid. But then he's also the professor whose house they're living in The Lion, the Witch, and the
Oh,
Wardrobe. It's his
I should
house.
probably just I should probably just read these things right
Oh,
before credits
yeah.
start.
I'm on a waiting list to get the
Yeah, I'm gonna
audiobook
wait
so
till
I
it gets
can
a little
just
closer. Yeah,
burn through
I mean, I
that.
have it. Like I said, I should burn through them.
You got a
Okay,
year.
interesting. All right. Yeah. So, okay, that's exciting. So that's a nice little casting. Should we
I could
segue
see
into
that
our
being
movie?
like flashbacks, maybe.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Mm,
Oh, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. That might be heavy on like a flashback to there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Speaking of the other thing, this podcast is basically strictly about the Hunger Games. Another casting, although we kind of knew about some of these, they were rumored, and then
rumored.
they've come
Yeah.
to. Well, because remember, like Elle Fanning and Ralph Fiennes, I think they were in talks, right? Like that was,
Mm-hmm.
but now it's official.
Lock it in. Who are they playing though?
Yeah, sorry. So I forgot that we got audio listeners.
The
Right? Ray
visual
Fiennes,
people aren't
yeah,
doing too much
yeah,
better.
yeah. So Ray Fiennes is playing Snow. So now he's gonna be the third actor to play Snow after Donald Sutherland and I want to say Tom something or other. Fuck, I don't know,
Tom
young one. Hot
Dalton,
Snow.
Tom
Hot Snow.
Bald Snow.
Uh, yeah, his hairline going back and forth because Donald Sutherland got a crisp hairline.
Hey man, you don't think they got Turkey and Pan Am?
Yeah, he'll be all right. Elle Fanning is playing Effie Trinket. Again, I haven't finished the book because I put it down for a while, but I will finish it. Micah, you've been cranking through books. I don't need to look ashamed.
I need to
I
quit
know.
my job so
Oh
bad.
my
Living my best
God,
life.
dude.
I would be living my best life if I quit my
Micah would
job.
just
I
be
know.
consuming on an
Yeah,
ungodly
I
level.
consume.
Consume.
yeah. I should do more. I could do more. I know. I did read. I cranked through the first like 200 pages and then I put it down.
Okay.
And I gotta put it back up.
Trade come to my job, Brian, and I'll
I
I'll
will.
wait to do yours.
Yeah.
And then that
Yeah,
way
yeah,
we're
we'll
both
split.
happy.
That will
What do you know
split
about
together, 'cause
trees?
Micah's just like Micah's like the level of consumption I could put down if I was in Brian's position for the next month. I'll tell you what, I had a month till it starts. I'll put on some Wilt numbers.
There you go. There you go.
Let's see it. Let's
But
see
anyway,
it.
she's playing Effie Trinket, which I so far I'm in the book. She doesn't have a huge role, Effie, but she is there.
Hmm.
But Elle
Yeah.
Fanning is, I mean, she's great. She's in the new Predator. I don't know if Eric, I feel like Mike and I have been talking for a minute. I don't know if you want to chime in on that.
No, I mean I was just going through like the Twitter's or X, whatever, their postings about this. And like Ray Fiennes and Elle Fanning's like casting tweets have the most likes. Like Elle Fanning's tweet has like 250,000 likes, which is like almost
That's
double what Ray Fiennes, who has the next highest, has. And it's like people loved it. That was posted 5 hours ago. People are in love with this casting, and I'm similar to Brian. I'm
Yeah.
only like 150 pages into the book, and she hasn't really popped up much. So I'm curious, like how much of a role she's gonna have. But I mean, I think we've talked about this before. Like, great casting for this movie. Like they're really just going for it. It seems like.
Yeah. And then Molly McKay and Ayanna Bell is Lulu. I mean,
Mm,
small part, but definitely important.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like
I'm
small
Mhm.
physically.
yeah.
frail role.
She doesn't have a lot. She has a smaller speaking part, but she's kind of an important
The physical act.
aspect
She's got to do a
Yeah.
lot of physical acting.
she's important to the dynamic between especially the other three kids in District 12.
And Haymitch,
Mhm.
yeah, especially.
Yeah, especially Haymitch, yeah. No, so that's good. It's funny though, before we move on from the Hunger Games, like if I just set a schedule of like 20 pages a day, I'd been done like a month ago. But I keep putting it off. Anyway, I want to jump back up to Skibbity Toilet? Fuck, jeez, my bad. Here's a segue. Brian was like, "What the fuck is this announcement?" I don't wanna read it. I don't wanna read it.
Okay, I'll read it. I don't even know how this
Yeah.
got in the outline. This is insane. Michael
This is movie
Bay's
news.
Michael Bay's Skibbity Toilet is now in production. Congrats to everybody involved, including the VFX supervisor who's previously worked on Avatar, Titanic, and Lion King. So I want to know if that guy's got like a gambling problem, if he just needs work, like what his deal is, because this is insane.
This would be the
looking at this
realest
rap
looking.
sheet.
I saw a Skibbity Toilet popcorn bucket at the theater today. I cannot make that up.
Already?
It was in. I don't know if it was a pop. I assume it was a popcorn bucket. There was like like in the middle of the line, they have like the little doodads.
Mm.
It was a Skibbity Toilet thing. I think it was a popcorn bucket. I should have got a picture.
Wow. Getting this before the Among Us movie is
See, that's crazy to me too. Because like Among Us, you could actually make like a
Yeah, you could make a
alien
story out of
yes.
that.
plot. There's
I mean, I
like
think
a whodunit. Let
Yeah.
It's been done.
Ryan Johnson directs the Among Us movie.
Yeah, he's venting.
Who says no?
What?
Who says no?
What
a little
is, like-
a little mystery?
we all know what the floor for this is, like dog shit. Like we know that the floor for this is like the Emoji Movie or something. It's like the ceiling, like
worse, I
what
think.
they're going for, like Minecraft or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Is that what they're
That's
going
like
for
best
with
case
this?
scenario.
Just like an
But
easy
why
layup to
Michael
$1 billion.
Bay? But why Michael Bay? Like,
But he's just producing, I guess.
He might have the
Was he-
gambling
is he
problem.
directing?
Yes,
Is he
this is
directing?
Michael Bay's Skibbity Toilet.
Well, it was Peter Jackson presents District 9. He didn't do that. I thought maybe he was just producing it.
No, I think we all wish that was the case, but
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Oh man, that's nuts.
I don't know. I mean, they took his franchise from him. He didn't direct the last Bad Boys, even though he did a cameo.
he needs a
And now
paycheck,
he's-
man.
But he gave the Bad Boys ones in the good hands, though. The guys who did that.
They sure did. He sure did. But
no, this is
goddamn.
I don't know. Like, what's the last movie he did? Ambulance.
Hmm?
The last
Yes.
movie I'm thinking of. And that wasn't terrible, if
LA.
I remember correctly.
Yes. That was
Every
cool.
year,
Maybe
like-
there'll be like drones and like with this VFX guy's track record, you'll be able to see every crystal on the toilet itself and every hair on who I assume is Skibbity. I don't
Oh,
I'm not-
see,
Listen,
I
call me
just don't
old. I'm
get
not
it.
familiar with. I'm aware of the term Skibbity Toilet. I've never actually seen it. I don't know what it
yeah.
is.
That's my understanding.
per
Is like
se.
that it was just like a
Like, there's
phrase.
a head
Like
in the
maybe
toilet,
we're
right?
aging
That's what I saw.
ourselves. Yeah,
Well,
it's not like
that's a
Minecraft where
fan-
there's a whole world you can jump into. Unless
Yeah, like I
we
get-
don't know
Maybe
anything.
there is.
Actually, Bailey texted me about bringing the Brotherhood back of the block.
What? Dude,
She
he
just randomly
needs
texted me, we
help.
need to bring the Brotherhood of the block back. And I
When did he
said,
text
okay.
you that?
So he wants to go. And I text like I don't know last weekend or yes this past
He-
weekend.
he's-
That might be. I'm not a big video games guy. That might be more my speed though. If you guys get off
See,
this fucking Fortnite
yeah.
wave.
I would play Minecraft again in a heartbeat. But that's what I'm saying, Eric. Like Minecraft is universal. Minecraft is popular from
Yeah.
35-year-olds to like 10-year-olds. Whereas Skibbity Toilet,
So-
like I don't
yeah.
even think kids like Skibbity Toilet anymore.
Yeah, I thought it
Jeff
was
looked
just
up, what
something
is
you
Skibbity
say.
Toilet? It's a web
Like-
series. It's not even slang. It's a web series. 26 seasons. What?
What?
What? What?
So it's like a show?
I don't know. I think it's
Yeah.
a
We're
web
aging
series.
ourselves
Yeah.
incredibly with this.
Maybe this can get edited out. We'll be like, Brian's old. We'll do like
This
a little
picture of the
sound
guy in
over
the
it.
toilet is haunting, dude. Like I don't get it at all.
That's what.
It's just
That's what.
How about this? We all
That's what was
go
it?
after the pod. Movie of the week is all 26 seasons of Skibbity Toilet.
Yeah. All right.
dude, I'm
right,
off
wait,
the
I'm
pod
gonna
that
do
week.
something real-
I'm gone. Y'all can
I
dude,
know where you live.
this is
It's a
insane.
Mike, I found it. It's a figurine. They were figurines. It wasn't a popcorn bucket. You can get a Skibbity Toilet figurine at AMC. Yeah,
All right.
there it is. I just found a picture of it on Twitter.
Do we get that? We put it in the background, you know, like how people have their studios.
Yeah, I think we should. Once we move, I think Eric and I are both moving, so it's like
I'm.
we'll get that.
Oh, brother, you're moving.
Oh, you're already packing up? Yeah, damn.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, look at that rotation.
It's just boxes in here. It's just boxes in here.
That was what do you got that thing on a swivel? That was a smooth rotation right there.
Yeah,
I'm
that
on my
was a
desk.
smooth. Get this guy behind the camera, man.
Yeah,
Little
the kid's
handycam.
fucking sick.
Hey, I don't know how Michael Bay likes to hold the camera when he makes his movies. I think he even piloted the ambulance drone. I wonder how he's gonna get inside the toilet.
Yeah, he's gonna be the Skibbity Toilet. I don't know what it is.
I think
It's his
I
head.
think you just hire Jack Black, right? You just hire Jack Black. I don't whatever
At
it
that
is.
point, yeah,
Probably.
you make close
mean,
to a
if this-
Billy
Just let it
every
if you're going
time,
for a
man.
meme, yeah, if you're going for a meme format, just get Jack Black to come on there. Yeah, that
I think
makes
it was
sense.
track record. Wasn't he in the he was Bowser in the Mario movie. Sang a little song.
Exactly.
He was
Steve.
Kraft.
Steve.
Oh yes, Steve
He was
in Minecraft. He was shut up, Brad.
Dude, I
He did that
bet
on purpose.
I
But
bet
it's just
Jack
funny.
Black's got a crazy track record for the movies he's been in, like in terms of
He
box
does, yeah,
office
man.
success.
Yeah.
Like he
Should we mark
between
down?
like those and the Jumanjis, like he brings it
And that's
in.
just
Yeah. Whoa.
that's just in the 2020, well,
Yeah.
2010s ish. That's in the last decade only. Should we
Yeah.
do like a retrospective on Jack Black's career
We
at some
could.
point?
We could have a Jack Black retrospective because there's some highs and there's
God,
some lows.
I think we should
there's-
rank. Yeah, let's just at some point let's rank his movies. I think that would be something
Yeah,
cool for the
that'd be
future.
good. I
no,
think that'd
that's
be
a good
one. I
idea.
like that
Yeah.
idea.
Write that down. Write that
Um,
down. Write that down. Write
But
that down.
not
Write
yeah,
that down.
not Skibbity, but not Skibby. Besides Skibbity Toilet, we got Skibbidicky.
Oh, no. No. Damn it.
I hate that one.
Oh,
Skibbidicky,
Oh,
Elizabeth
wow.
Skibbidicky. In talks
That's pretty good.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, I'm gonna write. Did someone write that down? Should I write that down?
yeah, that's a
Jack
clip for
Black.
you to. That's a clip right there.
Oh my god.
Oh,
What
Anyway,
button do
man.
I press to click? It's like left
yeah,
trigger.
clip
to...
it.
Chad, how do we clip that?
Clip
Um,
Yeah, so Elizabeth Debicki is going to be in talks to be in David Fincher's sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is again another crazy
Sure.
thing that's a sequel is a David Fincher movie on
Yeah.
Netflix of all places. Bring back Mindhunter, you cowards.
Honestly, we should get them both out of Netflix jail. Because did she go from The Crown to this?
Was she in the Crown? Was she in the Crown? Yeah.
She was
She was.
Princess Diana.
No, that's no. That's
That was her.
no, that's the girl from frickin' from Deadpool and Wolverine.
She's also
I
in
swear to
Tenet,
God.
but
That's
she
Yeah, she
also
was in
played
Tenet.
Princess Diana in The Crown.
I was gonna say, dude, I'm
Yeah,
I'm
no,
okay with this.
I'm telling you, she's not. Elizabeth Debicki is not in the Crown.
I'm pretty sure
Uh,
she is in
I'm
the
telling you,
crown.
Michael, you're thinking of the wrong.
She is
I'm
Princess
pretty sure
Diana.
she's in the crown. I'm pretty sure she's in the crown.
Whoa.
But-
Wait, no, but two people played her in the Crown.
Because it's
Whoa,
her.
okay.
It's the
Yeah.
whole life. It's like from.
I know. Okay, that's why I was confused because I saw the clip of
Oh,
the different woman playing. her.
yeah,
Got it. Okay, now I understand. I forget her name. There's another woman who played
girl
her.
when she was like a little girl who played her.
No. She not played. I swear to God.
Are you
she
talking about Kristen Stewart?
No.
Oh. She
Maybe
was
I'm
also
bugging.
Princess Diana.
Emma Corrin.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
Emma Corrin played
Yes.
her.
Mm,
That's why I was saying
right.
season 4. That,
notably
Right.
not in Netflix jail. She had a really
Yeah.
good show with Harris Dickinson that I watched.
Who, Emma Corrin or
Yeah, Emma Corrin.
Nice. But yeah, she's good. I guess we can talk about Debicki. I don't really have any 2 cents about this casting until we get a little more
Yeah.
motion on the
No,
movie,
I mean
right?
she's
It's
a
kind of
Yeah.
she's a tall, handsome glass of water, man. I mean I'm
Yeah.
I'm cool with this. Like I'd like to see her. I think this is
She is
I
tall,
don't
yeah.
think she's necessarily in Netflix jail. Like she's been doing stuff. But
That's true.
Fincher's
She's funny.
Yeah.
Like,
Fincher's fine.
Mike, Eric, it's funny you said she's tall because like that was the first thing that came to mind when I think of her in Tenet. I remember when even John David
Tall
Washington's
woman.
character, the protagonist, he's like,
Oh yeah.
we've met before. I'm like, Jesus, bro, she is towering on you.
She's a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Honestly, her track record of directors that she's worked with, like just off the top of my mind, she was in she was in the movie about the wives of the guys that do that heist that
Widows.
goes wrong. Widows. That's Steve McQueen, and then she was in Tenet, Chris Nolan. And now she's in a Fincher movie. Not
Yeah.
a bad.
I mean,
not a bad resume.
she was also the gold lady in James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxies. If you remember that. But other things like she was in The Great Gatsby. Like that was
What was her name,
one.
Eric?
What, the gold
Gun to
lady?
your head. What was her name? Gun to your head, Eric. What was her name?
I don't know. Will Poulter's mom? Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
What was Will Poulter's character's name?
oh no. Oh, Adam Warlock. Yeah. I don't know
She's
that.
Madam Warlock.
She's Madam Warlock.
No,
And he's
She's
Adam
gold.
Warlock?
She's gold.
Her name's Aisha. I don't know why it's Aisha. That seems like a weird. Anyway,
Her name was Taisha
Aisha with an A Y.
with a Y. Black as hell.
AYEASHA.
All right. Yeah. Well, in the sunlight. I don't know. All right. Speaking of, no, I don't have a transition, but
Yeah.
speaking of great directors
Yeah.
who might be in some sort of jail, Eric, you put this in. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, this just came up today. I saw Daniel Craig and Cillian Murphy are in talks to star in Damien Chazelle's next movie, which is a film set in prison. And then I also added in this note: does this mean Damien Chazelle is out of director's jail, even though the movie's about
This might.
prison? Um,
Has he not made one since Babylon? Has he
no,
still not made a film?
he he's been
Wow,
in
This is
that was
jail
a
it.
since
while ago.
Babylon. Which
Looks like he already
Babylon? When
cashed in
was
his
that?
money.
Was that 2020?
2019?
2019?
I thought it was like 2020, but it might be 2019.
It was
That's crazy.
2022. It was 2022.
Oh, 2022. Okay.
That's not as bad. It's bad for a guy who went from Whiplash, La La Land, First Man, like pretty quick, and then you had Babylon. They were like that. That did not make enough money. Get the hell out of my face.
They wrote him one hell of a blank check, and
And he used it.
every
Yeah.
dime, and probably
Yeah.
and some.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of coke in that movie because it almost feels like a coke. It's a coked up movie a little bit.
Well, he does
Yeah.
love jazz. We hope
Yeah.
it's Coke.
Yeah,
He does love jazz.
How is he gonna
We
get?
hope it's
How is he
Coke.
gonna get jazz in prison, man? It's just coke. Like, it's. I mean,
Jazz is
people,
everywhere, man. Sorry.
actors of caliber like working with Chazelle. It seems like. I mean, based on his track record. I mean, Daniel Craig and Cillian Murphy. That's those are great actors. I'd love to see Chazelle do something to haul his ass out of jail. Maybe get back in the awards discussions, but because he's such a young, talented director and writer. But I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts?
I mean, listen, I'm excited to see him. I've always been a fan of his work. So I am just, I'm stoked to see what he does next. Fun fact, I had a random fun fact about Damien Chazelle. Maybe you guys already knew this. Because I've been hearing some things just with I forget how it came up. Something came up, and I'm like, I haven't watched was the Cloverfield movies again.
Mm,
I didn't realize that Damien Chazelle was one of the writers of 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Hmm.
I didn't
really?
know that. I just thought that
I
was
would not
interesting.
have
I didn't know that
expected that.
either.
He's one of the writers on that, which I just thought was interesting. Which I guess my point is that he's a talented writer, talented director. Babylon was obviously it was good, but it was a big breach movie, so I was like, take him out of jail. Let the
Yeah.
man work.
I'd say Babylon. You've heard of a magnum open? That was his maximum opus. There was a lot of movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. That movie
Yeah.
sure was movie. I didn't dislike it though.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
No,
you would think. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Movies
there's a
about
good
making
movie
movies.
somewhere in that movie, but it's just so much. Like there's a good movie in there.
There's
I think it got lost
Well,
on
you come out with
in the editing room.
you come out with like Whiplash and La La Land were just so much more concise. I didn't really see First Man. I heard people liked it. I never really saw First Man. Did you guys see it?
No,
Calm little movie.
no, I actually didn't.
Calm little movie.
Cool. Smooth.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
just I think unfortunately, we'll see if this persists. But I mean, Barbie's not really his movie, but what's his face? Ryan Gosling is kind of not a box office draw on his own, so that didn't make any money either. So they were like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, well that's
Yeah.
fine. You still made La La Land, wrote him that big old check, and then Babylon bombed as well, and they were like 2 bombs,
Yeah.
go ahead
Absolutely not.
and straight to jail.
Get the
Straight
hell
to
outta
jail.
here.
Yeah,
I hope he's rewriting this next one, I assume?
I don't know, Eric.
Because he
Yeah.
didn't write
Uh,
First
I don't
Man,
know.
for instance. Like, I'm just curious.
I think that was a book adaptation, right?
Something like that, yeah.
But speaking of being put away somewhere for a long, long time and then finally being let out, this weekend, the Batman 2 first full draft of the script should be being handed over to Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Buckle in, people.
Come on.
Finally.
I mean, yeah, like
We're gonna watch.
finally.
I wonder if
When is
he's
this gonna get
been.
made?
I don't know. If it's his first draft right now,
I
and
know, that's what I'm thinking. It's a long way to go, man. That's
We're
a
still a
long way to
ways
go.
away.
Yeah, it's gonna be forever till we see that shit.
Leon's
Oh my god.
Skibbity Toilet 4 by the time it comes out.
Skibidi Toilet 4. Back to the
Oh.
Well, I mean, that's oh. I just like I feel like with the Batman 2, it's like somebody just went out. I saw this the other day because we talked about I think we talked about at one point on the pod where like how many Nolan movies we've seen, how many other things. The series of Andor has finished. 25 episodes or 24 episodes, front to back, has come out since in the time between the Batman and the Batman 2. And like, keep in mind, Andor 2 was not greenlit right away.
Yeah.
Andor 2 took a
Yeah.
long time to shoot. And like, that's just funny. That's like this. We're literally like, it's bookmarked. It's been bookended. I just thought like that's a long time for a movie. Like, I don't know.
You know, you're completely correct. Are we on the verge of getting all 3 Dunes as well?
Yeah, that might happen
If
for
they
sure.
pump it out, I think. Oh, absolutely, we'll be done with all 3 Dunes. Yeah,
All 3 Dunes. We'll
that's
get Nolan's
crazy.
2, the second Nolan movie since. Yeah, another Nolan movie because we already have Oppenheimer, and now we'll get the Odyssey before
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because they've
Wow,
already shot.
that
They're already
blows
on
my mind.
principal photography for the Odyssey, right? Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like
yeah.
so they're way ahead of Batman.
Wow.
Like,
yeah, I think they're shooting Dune like this summer.
oh my
Yeah.
God, it's crazy. Stranger Things is gonna fucking beat him.
That's wild.
Wait, yeah, oh my God, they're gonna get beat by Stranger Things.
Dude,
That's
I
a
think
bad
the kid
look.
wrote and directed. Finn Wolfhard wrote and directed a movie before the Batman 2 came out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He did.
He grew up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny as fuck.
Also
I did
sad.
not. Well, it's sad, but like, sad. Whatever. If it comes out, it comes out. I mean, I'll see it, but I'm not holding my breath anymore.
I hope it does.
I did see something. This is like, all right, boys, put your tinfoil hats on. This is tinfoil hat segment, right? New segment, tinfoil hat time. In the trailer for Superman, on a billboard in the background of him fighting some monster, there's a news reporter talking about flooding in a major city, and secure your tinfoil.
I don't think so. I hope not.
No. I mean,
well,
maybe
if that is part of the holdup, him not wanting to share his universe, which makes total sense, but also Matt Reeves, you're not Christopher Nolan. Maybe one day, but not right now.
If he put out a fucking movie, maybe.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see about that. And we already talked about this. Back to the Well-Headed Cinema Book Club.
Mm-hmm.
But Cosmo Jarvis has been cast as Joseph Stalin in the Young Stalin biopic. So
I mean,
what are you saying?
I was just gonna say, based off what you said, Micah, about this book, I like Cosmo Jarvis. I mean, I love the samurai. I'm curious to see what he does in this role. He does a series of strange voices. It seems like he's one of those guys. So.
I remember when Shogun came out, like the way he's doing that. And he'll go over here, and he's like, I don't even know what it is.
Yeah. It's like that. Tom Hardy was too busy, so they cloned him into Cosmo Jarvis.
Yeah, exactly.
Can he do a Georgian accent? I don't know, but this should be just pretty much like an action movie. Like everything I've seen is like we pulled off one of the major heists, we assassinated this prince, I was exiled, I was running secret meetings, I was running from the cops, I was jumping out of windows and getting on trains and evading the secret police and all this stuff. So it should, I mean, if Guy Ritchie's not busy, I think he could absolutely smash this with a fucking one of those new bats they're using these days.
He's so funny, Guy Ritchie, though. Like I don't want to get too deep into the Guy Ritchie talk, but like the spectrum of quality on his movies is so vast. Like he puts out, he has his classics.
Yeah.
He puts out a movie like The Gentleman. Then he has like some war movie I've never seen, and he's got the King Arthur, and he does Aladdin, and I'm like, what the fuck? What is your filmography, bro?
He needed to check, but I gotta say, Aladdin was not bad.
I didn't hate it either. It was fun.
No,
I don't know why it was Guy Ritchie.
I don't know either. They let him do a little bit, but not too much of himself.
No, like they literally was just the opening, like like after the the what's it called,
when he's doing the heist stuff,
one jump ahead, one jump ahead scene, when it's Aladdin heisting, Guy Ritchie's like, yo,
he's like, this is my shit.
Oh, I told that last night we were watching, and when they start sprinting through the alleys, I'm like, well, it's not a Guy Ritchie film unless they start fucking parkouring. They have to sprint through an alleyway. There has to be a chase of this kitty. He won't make that scene happen, and no matter what it is.
I mean, he doesn't. I mean, he's jumping out of windows. He's hopping on trains. He's
Hell yeah.
going to secret meetings. It sounds like he could absolutely
Ritchie.
nail like a
Since-
Marxist underground.
You think the other thing is like it would probably be Guy Ritchie, or if it's not, who ruined themselves
Hmm.
in the British extracts? Matthew Vaughn. After
Mm.
Argyle, they were like, yeah, no more.
You got to be a little
movies.
serious.
Yeah,
This is Stalin.
he's
you know?
done.
No, well, Guy Ritchie was always kind of lighthearted, but I think Matthew Vaughn leaned too far into the absurdity, and they're like, "You're done. You're cut off."
You're cut off.
Yeah.
The Avengers Thanos style reveal of Hitler. That's when they drew the line.
Yeah, that was. Oh my god, bro, that movie was so boring too. Like, I can tell you one thing that happened in that fucking movie. I've seen it.
I gotta say, I really did like the Rasputin scene. I thought the fight choreo
that
was
was
so interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
That was
it
cool.
Time to the symphony, right? Or
Yeah,
whatever the
yeah.
music was.
Time to
Yeah.
the music, and it's like almost like a ballet fight, but I mean, they managed to make it
That
look
was
cool.
cool.
So whoever that guy
Mhm.
is, maybe he should get a promotion. But
Yeah.
but
And they're
Matthew.
yeah, the whole actually, I think the Kingsman wasn't the one that put me over the edge. I know people hated Argyle.
I like the
but
Kingsman.
Argyle
Kingsman was fine.
was tough.
Kingsman, the one with Ralph Fiennes, like I think that one came out at a bad time too. Like it's fine. But then they made Argyle. I think was the one where they're like, "You're not funny. Nobody's into the gimmick anymore, Matt."
You're like, put your colorful goo effects away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
had
that's what
enough.
it was.
We've
Like
had
the
enough.
ice skating on the goo was enough for
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah,
to say.
That's
they're
when
like,
the
we can't
CGI
make it.
cat. Like, all right, we're done.
Yeah.
Wrap
Yeah.
it. Wrap it up. Speaking of being done, that is movie news for this week.
There we go. Very nice.
Woo!
What was our movie of the week, Eric?
Eric, I was about to say, Eric, take us into movie of the week.
Yeah, guys.
Everyone saw it in theaters. I guess that's the only
Yep.
place you can, right?
You are
Yeah,
correct.
Mike and I got to catch it in theaters in a pretty I don't know about you, Brian, but it was a pretty packed theater. And so a lot of
With the
laughs going
gills.
around. But the movie
I was there.
yeah, the movie
Oh, true.
the movie I chose for us to watch was Friendship, written directed by Andrew DeYoung on his directorial debut. This starred Tim Robinson, who, if anyone's listening, you probably know him from I Think You Should Leave. And it really felt like just one long I Think You Should Leave skit.
Oh yeah.
And it's about family man, like boring dad, Tim Robinson he's vying for the attention of his charismatic neighbor, weatherman neighbor, played by Paul Rudd. And it really is just kind of, I saw a review that just said it's I love you man for sickos, and I think that's the best way to describe it. And
I think that's a good way to describe
it. This is one of those movies where I was similarly to the I Think You Should Leave sketches. Like, I have a hard time with the secondhand embarrassment watching these, like the cringe humor, but it hits. It hits hard. They're not as like quote worthy, maybe. I was thinking it as Hell of a Summer, but less bits, but just more like lean into the cringe, the absurdity. Brian, what did you think coming out of it fresh today?
So I liked it. I thought it was damn funny. I definitely would recommend it. I'm the same way with I Think You Should Leave. I've seen it, not all of it. I've seen a lot of it. There are sketches I think are hilarious. There are ones where I'm like, what? So, and it's hard for me to watch sometimes. So that was why I liked this movie, not loved it. But I would say if you are a fan of Tim Robinson and I Think You Should Leave, then I would tell you to run, not walk to the theater and see this. Like, you will love it. And I want to make it clear that I did think it was hilarious. Like, I think this is a great comedy.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like some of the scenes I was like, I'm like watching through my hand.
Yeah.
It was so tough. And I will say, I guess one thing before I pass up to Micah was one of my favorite things that I didn't expect was Paul Rudd playing essentially his charismatic Brian Fantana type from Anchorman, where he's like, "Hey, well, that's cool by me, buddy." It paired so well in a funny way to Tim Robinson, because Tim Robinson would say the most like outrageous, embarrassing shit. He'd be like, "You crack me up, buddy. I tell you, you make me laugh." It was something. And then obviously when it switches to him being like, "You need to get out of my house," kind of like it worked. Their chemistry worked, man. I dug it. Mike,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think with someone whose like comedic style is pretty unique. You know, you've got your comedians that are like angry, your comedians that you know, hey, I'm small and I scream, you know, like a Kevin Hart. You've got like comedians that will like get deeper into like a character. Tim Robinson kind of plays one character and it's like absurd and the
Yeah.
situations are wild. So him playing like or trying to be like a dad who is just really a family man, like his wife is falling out of love with him, his son doesn't respect him, and he just meets a friend and it's like a lifeline. And so it's almost like relatable, and then it's like, well,
Yeah.
this is still a movie starring Tim
Yeah.
Robinson. So you're about to
Yeah.
regret feeling bad for this guy at
Yeah.
all.
Kind of like at the end, you're kind of like it has almost has like a sentimental, bittersweet, like kind of sweet ending where
Yeah.
Yes.
his wife is looking at him like, hey, like thank you, like this was great, and his son is starting to be like they look happy. Then you forget. I forgot how I was
Yes.
feeling.
Yeah.
I forgot who I was doing. Like,
You're like, oh, I
We're like,
forgot. This is not that kind of movie.
Yeah. You think the movie's gonna end for a second and it doesn't. Yeah. E-boy.
bro, that shit was sending me. I like geeked because it's so. I was like, fuck, I went to Subway. Well, damn, it's free. I placed an order. I don't know. It's so funny to me because like
Yeah.
the toad works in mysterious ways, man.
Yeah. That
For
whole
those who don't know,
setup for that little of a delivery was just, in the
oh
joke
my god,
itself,
so
made it
funny.
so perfect. I was dying at that. We were quoting it a lot after the movie, but the scene I was dying, I had a hard time like stopping laughing afterwards. After it happened, was the welcome back party that they have for I forget what's the wife's
God,
name. Um,
Tammy.
when Tammy comes back and Tim Robinson does his speech and then like marches outside. And that other fireman gets up and he starts giving a speech afterwards. Not Devin, the guy she's hooking up with, but the other guy. And then like it kind of pans to him outside and you hear him talking and yeah, he's just like, if I could leave you guys with one thing, I think we should still be in Afghanistan. That just out of left field got me so bad. Like it really got me.
Eric, that shit caught me too. That same guy when they're talking, they're doing the classic like canned dad laughter. You know, they're like,
Oh, the
Yeah.
weather,
playing drums
politics.
very awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, 77 is great, man. He's like, honestly, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, you left your wife. It's like,
Yeah, no, he was just like, so how does it feel?
oh, that one. That's what it was. How's it
How does
Yeah,
it
how
feel
does
to
it
leave your
feel?
wife?
Yeah.
To try and kill your wife?
Those are the scenes that got me. That the one with the buddies when he has his work friends over, and he's like, I'm kidding. Like, seriously, guys, like, no Marvel spoilers in this crowd. He's like, this guy's like the Hulk. What did I fucking say? It was funny. Like it's tough to watch, but like if I know a lot of people, like I know my roommates, and I know we had friends in college who like they think they live and die by I think you should leave, and if you do, then this movie is certainly for you. People were
I'm
laughing in the
excited
theater.
to
It wasn't so
Oh,
much exciting.
yeah, big
yeah,
laughs.
big laughs. I
It
was
was
gonna say like similarly to I think you should leave. Like I'm excited to see it again. Bailey wants to go watch it soon, so we'll probably go with him. And because I think a
We
lot
should
of the I
invite
think you should
Gloth.
leave sketches. That's exactly what Bailey said. He said he's gonna reach out to Gloth. But
Good,
a
good,
lot of
good.
those sketches get better when you rewatch them, kind of for the quotability. And I'm just thinking
yeah,
of like I don't know why I'm so giddy to watch it again because scenes like even the one scene when Tim
yeah,
Robinson kind of plays a straight man in a situation, like when his wife and son like kiss on the mouth and he's like, "You guys kiss each other on the
yeah.
lips." Like I don't know why he's so bad,
His bit, he keeps losing
but
his phone. Like there were some. I think it is a rewatchable movie. I think I'll actually get more out of it when I rewatch it because I'm not like guessing about if he's gonna crash out. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna be able to watch and see
mhm.
because like the shit with his phone having all the time or the oh, nature's candy or whatever he says. They're like, free milk. You don't eat that fuck. He's sitting there just. It was funny. It's just like I guess you have to like go in. I didn't know how they were gonna play it, if it was gonna
Mm,
get serious or not.
yeah.
So I like to know if he was gonna
Yeah.
because it was A24 and stuff. I just didn't know. So I was sitting there just like, oh my god, he's gonna crash out. But then I think if you ditch that and just realize like, no, you're watching Tim Robinson
I
doing his.
I
Yeah.
knew from the first scene because like his wife is in a cancer support group, and it's a very serious,
Orgasmic.
somber conversation. You can just see him doing his like weird like fish thing with it, where he's like looking around. He's just like, "When do I get my chance to talk?" And it's
No, I've been orgasming just fine. That shit was so
That everyone dislikes him, and you're like, oh, he seems like he's trying super hard, and then like you realize that he's crazy. He's a crazy person.
What does he say? What does he say to her at one point? He's like, "Listen, you just wouldn't be getting all this time on TV if I didn't pick you down in the sewers." So, like,
Yeah, he's just like a very selfish guy, and like, yeah, the end of the movie epitomizes that. And then I really liked the scene with the where he introduces himself to like Paul Rudd's friends, and we were talking about this, how they set you up in a because like the initial oh man he like messed up moment is laughed
Yeah.
off. He feels like he's in the clear, like they like him, and then the second time when he does the soap,
the soap.
I know what my punishment is. I'm sorry.
Boy.
That was like a horror movie to watch, man. Like I was watching through my fingers like that.
Well, because it's funny because you like see it first, like it's like you think like maybe they're gonna be a dick to him when he comes in,
Yeah,
and it seems like it's going
it's
well.
super nice.
And then he's like, "Hey man, it's been good talking to you, Craig." Right? And then he walks into the screen door.
Yeah,
It breaks, but they play it off, and you're
yeah.
like, it lulled you into that sense of submission. Then they're fighting, and you almost feel bad for him too because he's getting his ass beat. Then he just
Yeah.
walks small run.
They
Oh, but then he breaks into that. When he breaks into the house, I was like watching like this. I'm like, oh my
Like, dude, no.
yeah, that was bad.
What was so funny is
he's on the conference call for work when he's doing that, like the.
and he's like trying to, and then the guy's wife's at home. Yeah, I thought it was so funny that I saw the soap bit in a TV show I started watching this weekend.
Really?
That overcompensating show. There's a scene where a girl like is sitting with like what's basically like a bunch of like sorority girls she doesn't fit in with, and like she makes like some kind of faux pas, and then she takes like a bunch of food. She's like, I'm sorry. And I was like,
Yo,
oh shit. Same
it's just like one of those classic things, kind of like watching Dream Scenario and this one. And you see it with a lot of shows. They do this bit with characters where I've never quite seen it in the wild, maybe to a degree, but not this bad. But it's like, bro, like just stop, just quit, just stop doing
Yeah.
whatever you're doing. Like when he doubled down, he's like, oh, shut up.
I don't know how everyone wasn't laughing in that. I mean, how many times did they have to do that? Because I would be dying.
I audibly laughed. I don't even know if I was the only one who did in my theater when he goes, and he's like, when Paul Rudd's character is like, hey man, like we had a couple good hangs, but like we shouldn't be doing this anymore. I want to end this friendship. He goes, you can't do it. You made me feel so free. He's funny, man. It's just like, yeah, sometimes that movie is like, it's tough to get through, but I liked it. By the end, I was like, that was worth the ride. I had fun.
Yeah, dude, the whole audience
agree.
groaned when he's talking to T-Boy, and he's like,
Oh my god.
he's like, hey, you want to grab a drink? And he's like, man, I'm 18. And he's like, oh, that
yeah.
thing they say about girls
Senior
looking older
kid.
these days. I guess it's true for boys. And everyone in the audience was like, oh god, stop. Yeah.
Oh,
This is how they
he's
started.
great.
This is how
dude.
Kevin Hart started. This is how who's that
These little
annoying
small
chick now?
pieces.
Even Jonah
Yeah,
Hill,
just
like
you'll look back and they'll be like, oh, they were in the background of like, oh, the chick from Honora's in this.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Unibrow
That
chick.
was-
yeah,
Yeah, she's one of the girlfriends. Yeah,
yeah.
baked potato
it's fun.
chick.
Listen,
Yeah.
the little bit that keeps happening where like they just never really address, and obviously it didn't end up paying out because you assume she's sleeping with him, but she's not. The whole bit that they just keep doing, where she's like, yeah, my ex-boyfriend Devin back in my life again, and everyone's like, everyone just doesn't like say anything about
Everyone
it.
knows.
Thompson, like, what does he say? Like,
When he calls her by her old like last, he calls her by her like original last name instead of Craig's last name. I was like, holy shit.
Crazy.
dude, he's in Abbott Elementary. He's kind of typecast as like just like a suave dude. So when I saw him, first of all, some chick moaned in the audience when he popped on screen. That was wild. She was like, oh. I was like, oh shit, it's Manny from Abbott Elementary.
Mm,
All right.
damn.
But any last thoughts about friendship?
No, Micah,
good,
tell
man.
us what we're watching next.
Wow, all right. Well, this is a big responsibility, and I just need you to trust me one last time. We're about to go watch Final Destination. Final Reckoning. The last Reckoning. I don't know. Reckon with it. And I reckon I'll be in that theater in
Bang.
less than 48.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Do it.
I'm
I've been
there.
waiting on this for years.
It's so funny, Micah, because you're like, I'm glad we're doing this because I want to see it too in IMAX. But I was like, he's gonna pick a theater movie. He's probably picked this one. If he doesn't, I really hope he picks Bloodlines. I was in theaters today, and I was like, damn, I kind of want to see Bloodlines, but whatever. No, this is great. I want to see this movie, so
I'll
this is
probably
good.
find some time to sneak away this weekend to see Bloodlines, Brian. We can still talk about it next week.
Yep. No, I like this though.
It's good.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
very good, actually. But basically, what I got going for you guys here, I got a little freaky in the sheets. I'm using my V lookups. I'm using my Excel
I know.
formulas
I saw
here.
it.
And what I want you guys to do, this is a competition between the two of you. You're each gonna pick 5 movies, and your goal, you're kind of guessing. I'm assuming neither of you know or can remember to heart the global box office of each of
No,
these movies. Um, and you're gonna
I don't
choose
think
five
so.
movies. You can't do repeat picks. So one of you can choose Wicked, the other person can't choose Wicked. And your goal is to get as close to 1 billion for this tab, 1,750,000,000 as possible without going over. So
Okay.
it
Oh, okay.
really kind of
We got
comes
like a little
down
like
to,
Plinko thing going on here. Or which one?
and
The price right.
yeah, and I'll say this. I'll give you guys some information because that it's kind of like you're doing. It's a lot of guessing here, right? There's going to be 3 different ones. We're doing one for
For you,
2024.
maybe.
We're doing Tom Cruise movies, and then we're doing A24 movies. And for the 2024 movies, I'll say this: the average between there are 15 movies, and you're each going to choose 5, and it's going to go back and forth. The average box office for combined of all the movies, their box office combined divided by 15 is 325 million, and the lowest box office of any of those
Okay.
movies on here is 60 million. So use that information with what you will.
Okay.
But
Got it.
who wants to go first? I mean, you guys can. We can do some sort of. I.
I am on the left
It,
hand.
it, all right.
All right,
Unless you
kick
feel
us
some
off,
type of
Brian.
way,
Kick us
Micah.
off.
We're saying
Yeah.
the average.
Rapido.
So,
I know.
and
So
then
if
also,
I go with
Brian, for
average, it's
you,
325 means if you.
for you, Brian, yeah, the
What
average.
is it? Sorry.
So for you, I'll say this. Also, make sure you just copy and paste the name straight from the movie choices. Don't write it in, because it needs to be exactly
Got
that
it.
for the formula to work on the talks. At the end,
Got it.
afterwards, after you've done all 5
Got it.
movies, you'll just that bottom spot that says total box office, you'll turn it back to white, and it should give you the results. So,
Okay. All right.
make sense?
Okay. Cool.
Well done,
Makes
Eric.
sense. All right. I think I'm going to go with something safe. I'm going to go with a Paddington Peru. Feels like a good number to start with. I feel like it's right. If
Okay.
you do one, you have one on the average, 5 across. You're getting very close to your numbers, which is
Hmm.
what that's about. What about 1600, 16 something? So yeah, I like that. I might
Yeah.
just try to stick with that because I feel like we go too big on a swing. So if I can just copy and paste this over to
Yep.
me.
Just copy and paste it
Yeah.
over.
All
And
right.
now Micah can't choose
All right.
Paddington Peru.
I
All
have
right.
a little bit of a strategy.
Okay.
Hmm.
Being
So
so.
I'm going to start with Dune Part 2.
All right.
Okay.
He's got his
What's the
V.
strategy
Actually,
there?
my V lookups in here.
I've got to keep the strategy to myself a little bit. I
Oh,
gotta keep
he's
the
keeping
strategy
it to
myself.
himself. Okay. Ryan, back to you.
I'm
What do you
assuming making this
feeling?
game. Eric, I'm assuming making this game, you found that you can very easily go over, right? I'm
You
guessing.
can. You can very
Brian,
easily.
fewer questions, more guessing.
All right, sure. I'm going glad to. I need a big one.
All right, I will go
Okay.
with
Gladiator 2.
I will go with Twisters.
All right.
Twisters.
Okay.
Okay.
I am gonna go with right, Eric or Mike. I'll go. All right. I think I'm gonna go. I don't think that made any. I'm gonna go with Wicked. No, that's a lot of money. Fuck that. I don't like that. It scares me. Romulus.
Okay.
I feel like Wicked made a lot of money and it kind of spooks me a little bit. I feel like that's gonna ruin my pick. It's gonna put me clear over the edge.
I'm going to go with A Complete Unknown.
Mm.
All right. Where the hell is that one? Am I like blanking on it? Oh, there it is.
Right there.
Yeah, Mike, I feel like you kind of fell in the same kind of strategy I have, where I'm like, I know at this point, if we picked Wicked, we'd be clearing. Clear. I'm gonna go with a movie I know didn't make that much money, but might have broke even, which is a nice little sweet spot. I'm gonna go with my boy Red One here. That movie I refuse to ever watch.
This is just box office gross, right? Not profit.
This is
No, I'm
gross.
saying
This
it
is
cost
gross. This is
Oh,
worldwide.
okay, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
asking if it broke even.
Okay, yeah.
So if it broke even-ish, that's a good number.
What
That's
if it
good.
went crazy in China, Brian?
Might have. It's The Rock. I don't know. I gotta go. All
Uh,
right, what do you got?
Give me challengers.
All right. I'm gonna go with Honora, the next one, because I feel like that might have. I'll go with a smaller one. So the lowest one's 60
All
mil,
right.
which low-key might have been this one.
All right, and then I will take sorry, Conclave.
All right. So Eric, if I just go
All right.
and if I just go like and make these white, it'll if I make these white, it'll show.
Yeah, if you
Oh
take
fuck.
the total
And then you
box
want to change
office,
the color here.
change the color of the cell to white, it should give you. Wow.
Damn it!
There you
I knew
go.
I went too low, bro. I was worried about going over. Damn. All right, so
Yeah.
we both didn't go over, but we.
No, you didn't go over. I will say Micah went big with Dune 2 right off the rip and then had to play it
Yeah,
safe.
that was my. So that was my strat.
Wait, am I seeing $1 trillion here? Am I... No, it's a billion. I'm stupid.
It's a Billy.
I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Ignore
When
me.
I first put it in, I accidentally didn't have the zeros. But it's also all rounded, by the way. Like I put things down to the closest million.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Brian,
Sure.
you went with a Nora at the end. That was you hit the nail on the head. That was the $60 million
Because that would have been
one.
a push to maybe put me over the. I would have picked Mike. Then
Mhm.
I picked a different one. Damn, fuck. I should have known that.
I will
I
say
thought maybe
Micah
something else,
went
like-
and took Challengers, Conclave, and a Complete Unknown. Challengers made 96 million, which I was surprised
Yeah.
at. That made less than something like Nosferatu, which made almost double that. Which is kind of
All right.
threw me for a loop. But all right.
My strat was to start
Nice.
big and then go small.
Very
All right.
cool.
So if you go to the
All right,
next one,
we
it's
got
Tom Cruise movies.
All right. Let me go. Micah, you get to go
It's
first
this-
because you.
Yeah,
Two
Mike
Billy.
gets to go first. And now the line you're going for is 2 billion 250 million.
I got
All right.
2 Billy, baby.
Oh,
Give
let me
me,
and also give you
Top
this.
Gun Maverick.
All right, you got it.
What do you say?
I'll also say this:
Sorry.
if you want the same information I gave you last time, the cheapest one on here is
what's the
100. The cheapest one is 150 mil or 154 million, and the average is 480.
Oh, I fucked up.
Tommy, damn. All right, fuck it. You know what? Micah, go big, go home. I'm gonna go a little soft here. I'm gonna go with my boy Jackie Reach. I'm gonna go
Okay.
big.
Can I get The Mummy, please?
Did that movie do well? I
No,
don't remember.
I'm trying to Big Rock, Small Rock.
Yeah, I'm going. That was gonna be my strategy. Big Rock, Small Rock. Because I'm gonna go with some Ghost Protocol because I feel like that movie had to made a bunch of money. Or watch it be like the lowest Mission Impossible, but there's no way that movie had a cultural impact.
Can I get Jerry Maguire, please?
Jerry.
Okay. Jerry.
All right, let me get some Tropic Thunder. I'm just scared of some of those Mission Impossibles or whatever made like dumb money. I don't know. Although wait, didn't Dead Reckoning? One of them flopped, didn't it?
Dead Reckoning
Can
didn't
I
do
get-
as well.
Can
Okay.
I get Night and Day, please?
Fuck, I forgot about that movie.
I was always a Night and Day truther.
All right, I'm gonna go Edge of Tomorrow. I feel like that movie
Okay.
must have made a lot of money, but I feel like now I need not too big of a rock here at the end.
And then can I get the OG Mission Impossible, please?
All right, I am gonna close it out with War of the Worlds, which I believe was not.
Dude, that's Spielberg.
Yeah, but he didn't. I don't think it was a hit. But watch, it's gonna be the highest one. I don't care. Nope.
Oh, what do we got here, Jeds? Let's see it.
No!
And Brian takes it. Micah took Top
Michael,
Gun Maverick
Eric,
first
talk
and
me
had
through it.
1.49 as 1.49 Billy. That was
As soon
the
as
scary
you
one
said
to
the
take.
averages, I was like, I fucked up. As soon as you said the averages, I knew it was like at a Billy plus. But I was like, I'll do a Billy and
will
I'll do
say,
some small ones.
I will say, Micah, your strategy to go with small. The next one you took, The Mummy, made 400 mil.
I know.
So then I was like,
know.
oh no, he's hurting.
I keep forgetting that it's Mr. Movies. I keep forgetting who I'm dealing with.
You were at almost $2 billion
Off
after your
rip.
first two.
Off rip.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, all right.
Yeah.
That's why I was like,
And then
brutal.
Look, I got pretty
Brian
close.
or Micah did get the cheapest one with Jerry Maguire at 154. But the little things like Night and Day, that made 260. And then the original Mission Impossible, and I
Damn.
looked this up because it doesn't adjust for inflation. The original Mission Impossible made $458 million. So that
Oh,
one
that put me
just
way over. That put me
yeah.
way over.
And Brian's two
Yeah.
big rocks,
Wow.
Ghost Protocol and War of the Worlds, both made over 600 million. Tropic
Don't
Thunder and Jack
Spielberg.
Reacher both
Don't
made
play with it.
around 200 mil, and then Edge of Tomorrow made like 370 mil. So you kept it reined in there,
I
Brian.
like that, dog.
All right.
All right.
Hey,
Good
But
stuff.
who's
Last
yeah,
one. Last one.
Ooh.
A24.
What is this?
The goal is to
What is
get to
this franchise
300
about?
million. Oh, wait.
The goal is 299 mil. And before you
This is
pick Brian,
ridiculous.
I will
This
say
is
the
ridiculous.
cheapest one here is 14 million, and the average
Woo.
is 60 mil. So it's exactly on the line, 299 million.
Wow.
You can fuck
Wow.
up so hard. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna go with the. I want to go with small rocks, right? Small rocks, guys. Where's my mouse?
Not too small. Not too small. Not too small, Brian. Not too small.
Not too small. I'm gonna go with the witch. I just feel like that's a good like medium-sized rock.
All right, that's a
No,
pebble.
small. Look, I know Hereditary and shit must have made a lot of money. Same. Oh, he's laughing at me. Fuck, it's gonna be a big rock.
No, let's see. I'm excited to see what you guys do here.
The
Micah, what
only
do you
big
think?
rock, and I'm thinking big
Hereditary?
rocks, which is the strategy. Even if it didn't work the one time, it worked the other time. So I'm gonna go with Midsommar because we're doing big fucking rocks.
Yeah, you throwing big rocks? Okay, I'll throw a big rock. You want to throw a big rock?
I got boulders,
I'm
brother.
throwing a big rock. I want to throw Hereditary. That's a pretty big rock. I know people went to the theater to see that. I had to sit in the front row.
Hoo-hoo.
Looking, I know that must be at least a medium-sized rock.
Let me do another actual big rock. A movie people want to go see, Brian. And that would be Ex Machina.
I like that movie too.
The introduction of Ana de Armas to us all. God bless.
Mhm.
No, wait, no, that's not.
That's Alicia Vikander, dude.
Oh, brutal.
Come on, man.
Brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. All right. I'm gonna go with. I don't think Bodies made any money. I think that bitch went like right to streaming. To Talk to Me make money? Talk to Me. They got another movie. I'm going Talk to Me. I think it might have made a little bit. Not too much. I don't even know. What'd you say the highest one was, Eric? 6 or do you know we don't know?
I didn't tell you the highest one.
60.
I told you the
Yeah,
lowest
okay,
one's
okay,
14 mil.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm bound to get one of these wrong. Give me Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think I'm probably there. So I got to go teeny tiny movies from now on.
Okay.
I rented that
I'm
movie.
gonna say this.
Box
I'm gonna
office.
say this for both of you. Just a hint right now at the middle part for both of you. All right.
Oh, brother.
Slow
brother.
down. Slow
Oh,
down.
brother. We're doing
For
movies
both
no,
of
but
you.
I think
Slow down.
I'm pretty proud of myself.
All right. I'm slowing down. Bodies. Let's throw a little pebble in there.
That is not slowing down, brother.
That's definitely slowing down.
I'm just trash
It's gotta
talking you.
be.
I'm trash talking you.
You're
But
I
if
mean,
you really want to
man.
go to a movie that no one saw, you got to go Baby Girl, a movie I did see.
That's a good. That's a good choice. All right, so I need a little rock.
You want to watch
here.
Harris Dickinson make
I need a.
Mrs.
The
Movies
Whale.
drink milk?
The whale has to be a little rock. I'm going the whale.
Oh, the whale's a tiny rock.
I saw that one in theaters too.
You know what's an unfortunate bomb? And it sucks. The Lighthouse.
Yeah, Micah, that was another little rock.
Hold on, I gotta dip out.
What?
I'll be back. Keep going.
What are you talking about? It's the reveal. Where's he going?
Where is he going? All right, let me
I'll
do
reveal.
this. You're gonna reveal it? Yeah, I think this is gonna be
No,
really
no,
close.
I won't.
Okay. I'm gonna just look. I'm gonna give
Do
some thoughts on this. I think this is gonna be very close. And hearing the way you guys talk about these movies, because honestly, I would have had some of the same like insight in my head or the thought process. But being like, this is a big rock, and I'm like, you're like, this is a pretty small rock.
It's not. And it's just
Or what
not-
did Micah say? He's like, this is a pretty small rock. Baby Girl is not a small rock.
No. Was I right about bodies being a small rock?
Brian,
no?
you were absolutely right. Bodies was the 14 mil. I think you hit you.
I
Oh, you got
knew it.
two out of the
Sorry,
three
I
guys.
lowest
knew
I'm
it.
one.
back.
I did
Sorry, I
not.
was about to explode.
All right,
I had to pee
Micah,
since we
he did
started
not
the game.
reveal. He did not reveal the answers
All
yet,
right,
but
all right.
Micah did reveal that one. I got the smallest one right with bodies, and that
Really?
baby girl was not a small rock.
What?
We're gonna find out the reveal right now.
Oh man.
Let's see what we're looking at.
No! No!
Oh, it was so
No!
close.
Wow!
It comes down to the
Wow, Micah, we
wire.
kind of killed that, bro.
I went too
Oh
small
man.
with my rock, my last rock. I went too small with my last rock.
Okay.
Eric, can you read off some of the budgets for these?
Yeah. So the box. We'll start with Micah's.
For the
So he
box
started with
office?
Midsommar. That one, with your strategy, it made 47 mil, so below the average. Then Ex Machina made 38 mil. The two biggest movies, the only two movies to make over 100 mil, were Everything Everywhere All at Once at 112 million, and then Civil War leads it with 127
Oh,
million, which a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people went and saw. But Baby Girl made 64 million,
Uh,
and then Your Last Choice of the
damn.
Lighthouse made 18 million. That was the second smallest.
So I
rock.
went too small.
That's a good-
My big rock wasn't as big as I thought it was, and that fucked
Yeah.
my whole strat. God
If you
damn.
went with, let me
Alright,
do the
alright.
math. If you had went with the biggest rock at 827, you would have been like right on the money, pretty much.
Mhm.
Damn.
Brian, The
That's crazy.
Witch made 40 mil. Hereditary was a big rock.
like
that
that.
made
Good
81
rock, right?
mil. And then Talk to Me made 92 mil. That was the number three. Hereditary and Talk to Me are
Dang.
3 and 4. Then you went Bodies, which got you 14 million. And then The Whale went ahead and made you 54 mil. So you guys got the
54
top.
mil. Wow,
Outside
The
of Civil
Whale,
War, you
bigger
guys
fish.
got. Yeah. Yeah. One of the bigger
So
fishes that
wrong
didn't
about
get
that
hit
biggest
was Lady Bird, made $80 million. But
I thought about her as a big like. So the only one I
A
was
lot of
right
star
about,
power in
because
Lady Bird.
Eric was saying that like a lot of the ideas that we were having were right. Is in the sense that like he was like, that's how I would have thought too, but we were wrong
Mm-mm.
because it's not what they made. Like the only thing I knew for a fact that Bodies got shoved to the side.
Damn.
I like that movie I saw on Netflix with Carly.
mhm.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
But
When did this come out?
you were right about Hereditary making money and Talk to Me making money. I would have thought
And, Mike,
also
I would
to
have thought
that.
Baby Girl was a
I would have
small
thought
rock
both
too.
those, like I thought Midsommar would have made a lot as much as those movies did, but I think
Yeah.
these other two
It's
movies,
got a cult following now.
yeah, a lot of those movies
A lot of
succeeded.
these movies get
off the
popular
back.
after the fact.
Yeah, and then same thing with Ex Machina. I thought that would have made way
Oh.
more, but
That was fun.
everybody
That was
went
fun,
out
Eric.
to see. No, yeah, I mean, I have. It sounds like we're right at our stop, so we'll leave this franchises one. This was the one you guys worked together, but it sounds like we don't have time for that right now.
Oh, I don't know. We can
Or
do it. How quick do you think we can do it?
I mean, you guys work
Do it.
together.
Fuck it. Cheat me. I want to play.
All right,
Okay.
Brian, we got this.
Bet.
We got this, Brad.
I want to play.
So all this is you guys are working together. These franchises are on the left. You're trying to rank them from the highest grossing to the lowest grossing. And there's 10 possible answers. And this is so if you get it exactly on the money, you get 2 points. And if you're within one, you get one on either.
Okay. Oh, we lost him.
There's 20 possible points, obviously. Can you guys hear me?
Okay. Yeah, you're good now.
Okay, cool. So work together,
Let's do it.
use your imagination.
And I have to copy and paste these. if I
Let's
need
think
to. Okay,
numbers,
got it.
Brian. Let's think numbers.
Okay,
Fast and
so-
Furious has 9 movies.
A lot of that's 9 or 10 movies. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has numbers.
Gotta be number
I feel
one.
like it has.
Gotta be number
That's gotta
one.
be number one. So
Um,
let's just put that there for now.
Star
Fast and
Wars
Furious
also
has
has a lot of movies.
That is a lot of numbers, and like a couple that are on like the top 5 or 10
Yeah.
of like highest grossing of all time. So
Um,
that would be my knee jerk reaction to go
yeah.
number 2. Same with Harry Potter. Low
yeah,
key,
they have a lot of
has a
movies.
lot.
Yeah.
and high grossing. Because some of the Fast and Furious didn't make a ton of money.
Mm-mm.
Some of them did. So I feel like I'd go Star
Yeah.
Wars, Harry Potter, but I'd be okay with Harry Potter, Star
Yeah,
Wars.
yeah.
What do
I'd
you
go
think?
Marvel, Harry Potter, Star Wars. Oh, you know what? I would wait. No, where's Fast? I would put Fast above Harry Potter.
Do you think Star Wars is above?
Yeah,
those
yeah,
two, though?
yeah, yeah.
Just a number,
yeah.
So Harry Potter. I'll put Harry Potter. Harry Potter at 4. I'm okay with that. I like Star Wars at 2.
Uh huh.
I could get Fast at 3. I'm a little nervous it might not have made that much, but I think there's enough of them that maybe they
There's
did
a
like a
lot of
competent
them. That's what
job.
I'm thinking.
But Harry Potter just have those other fucking 3 movies.
Because like
some of
Avatar
the
is
early
sitting
ones-
at 4 billion, but their movies are averaging 2 billion, but there's only 2 of them. You know what I mean? So it's lower.
I feel like Mission Impossible has to be at the bottom.
I'd put Hunger Games at the
Twilight.
bottom.
Oh yeah, I didn't
Or
even see that
Hunger
one. Yeah, okay,
Games.
yeah.
You
Wait,
know,
is it a bait and switch? Why would he put that at the bottom?
don't think that hard about it.
Okay, fine. All right.
I
Hunger
did
Games
use
at
a
the bottom. Fine, I'm in.
randomizer.
And then maybe
Okay.
Twilight above the Hunger Games because there's more movies. No, that's not true anymore. That's not true anymore.
No. So you want to think Twilight, Hunger Games? I think I
Yeah.
want to switch those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that because I think Hunger Games.
Well,
I
actually,
just don't like it.
from
I
the
like
other
Twilight
game
at
we
the bottom.
played, Hunger Games peaked at movie 2. That was the
Yeah.
most it made, and it wasn't a billion. I like Hunger Games last.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you're right. I like Hunger Games last.
Okay. And then I think I'd put Middle Earth or Mission Impossible.
I
Come on,
would
but
fewer movies with Middle Earth.
All right.
And
Oh,
remember,
no, you're
I
right.
will
I
say this:
Does
with
that
Middle
include
Earth,
the Hobbit people?
it includes the Hobbit movies.
The Hobbit.
Oh, way up, above Harry Potter.
6. No, dude, no way. No way. Harry Potter, I'm telling you, man, they didn't make that much money.
All right.
Like
all
they
right.
made a lot of money. I'm feeling confident in that.
All right. We
I
trust.
would put Harry Potter above. I would put Harry Potter above Fast and the Furious, low key. But I'm trusting your gut. So I would put I put Middle Earth here, then below that. You
Okay.
like that?
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that. And then I like that, and then I like Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
probably.
And then Transformers.
And then you think Avatar below Transformers?
Yeah.
Or do
Yeah.
you think Avatar? Yeah, I like that.
I mean, because
I
it's
like
it's
Avatar.
4 billion with the Avatar movies, like maybe like 4.5.
Yeah.
So it's
No, I
not
like our list.
crazy.
I think we might. There might. Mike, I think I like our list, and I feel confident that at least if they're not all 2-pointers, there
Mhm.
we're gonna get a lot of one pointers. Damn, I just punched
Yeah.
the shit out of my cord. All right, Eric, how do I do it? Should I just reveal the?
Yeah, everything that's black, just go ahead and make it white.
We're gonna do both.
Yeah,
Okay.
both of them.
All
Well, the
right.
other one just shows the money.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go all these. Sorry, I'm being dumb. I hit and it's a different keyboard. All right.
Mm.
Let's see some good stuff here. Boom.
Oh, you were right about
Okay.
Wizarding. Oh, my
Hey,
god.
we did pretty well though.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. So what's like? Oh, Eric's got
Oh,
this. Eric's got the
Avatar
sheet.
Yeah.
was 5. Yeah.
Damn.
You guys were on it for the most part.
We're pretty good. I knew fucking Harry Potter made a lot of money though. That's all right.
But you were right
That's
about
pretty
that.
good. Hey, one off on a lot of these though.
No,
Yeah.
one off is like I don't think you guys.
No
Wait.
zeros, Mike. Look at that. Oh wait.
Oh, there's
Okay.
1-0 right here.
Wait, 1-0 Mission Impossible. I can take that. I can live with that.
I just had too much faith in my boy. That's not me.
14
So
out
out
of 20
of-
is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
14 out of
Well,
20 is
50%.
pretty good. I will say, like, you guys, like, Hunger Games barely got edged out by Twilight, so you guys were on the money there. And then you guys were immediately like, yeah, Marvel, you got that. Star Wars, Fast and Furious, and Harry Potter. I think if you had been thinking also that you include the other movies, I may not have mentioned that.
Oh.
I forgot. Fantastic.
Yeah. They probably
Yeah,
aren't
yeah.
even with how many movies there are then.
Micah, I thought that Harry Potter was more, but I just like don't pay attention to Fast and Furious, so I was like, you know what, they got the numbers.
Well, I
There's
just know
12
there's
films, I think.
9 of them. I forgot we were including like
There's 12 Harry Potter
Yeah,
movies.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's
There's
what I
12 now,
forgot.
Yeah. You had
So,
12.
and then Middle Earth, Brian, you were smart, keeping it up there. Transformers sneaky gets like Transformers 1, even though that, I made like a couple hundred mil. But
Mm.
it was enough to get, dude, Avatar is sitting there at 5.2 billion. Like,
With
it's
2
crazy
movies.
to think of.
Talk
With
to
2
me.
movies. It's crazy.
Don't play
Right?
with
Twilight.
James. Don't play with James. If you ain't talking billions, don't talk to James.
Twilight and Hunger Games, yeah. Not bad.
All right. That was a good game, Eric. You put a lot of work into
Good
this.
job, Ricky.
This is great.
Good job, Ricky.
I
He's
appreciate
using
that,
VLOOKUPs
guys.
Over here. He knew that was
Yeah.
good.
No, that turned out pretty good
look
with,
at
what's up?
Nice. I'm looking at your VLOOKUP table over here. Or whatever.
Yeah.
The key.
You know
over
what
here.
I'm saying. Just taking a look at it.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys
I
had fun with that.
shit.
Oh,
Oh.
absolutely.
Thank you, Ricky. Mike, are you doing the
But-
game next?
I
You got the
can't.
next hand?
Yes. Well, yeah, we'll talk
No?
about
You want me to
what
do it?
day. No, I can do one. We just gotta talk about what day.
Oh,
And then
yeah, we'll figure that out.
just remember, fellas, Mission Impossible. Next
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
pod.
I'm stoked.
The Mission Impossible
Sweet.
pod. Our
More
mission,
about
That's gonna be us.
if you choose to accept it, to watch Tom Cruise hang from a plane, a train, an airplane, underwater,
Hell yeah.
submarines, various baddies, alive and dead, you know. Exactly. All right. Signing off.
All right. Sweet.
Thanks for
Talk to you
listening,
soon.
y'all.
Peace.
All right.
Till next time.
All right. Once you hit the no.